Hello there, this is Dutch, and welcome to episode 12 of my Minecraft Let's Play. And I am back from holiday, so as of this video my regular release schedule will continue, which means one video a day, which I aim to keep up until the summer holidays are over. So yeah, I think in this episode we're just gonna take it easy. I don't really have a lot of time to record today, because I just got back. Just got done unpacking and I had some dinner. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna be tearing down this little home here, which currently only has our chests in it, which we are eventually gonna remodel into a farmhouse of some sorts. So yeah, just gonna do some busy work while I talk about my vacation. So I may have mentioned this before, but I went to the Canary Islands. The specific island was Gran Canaria. Not really sure how to pronounce that in English correctly, but whatever, which is basically a group of islands that is off the coast of Africa. Yeah, and it's part of Spain. I mentioned this before. But yeah, I went there for a week and it was yeah, it was really nice. We had a really great weather. It was really warm, which is very welcome considering that the weather over here in the Netherlands has been completely shitty for the entire summer. We are actually getting some pretty nice weather this week for at least 3 days, so that would be nice. I do have to work. Yeah, I'm starting my summer job Monday, so that kinda sucks, but it's only in the morning, so I can go to the beach if I want to. Yeah, I live near the beach. So yeah, we had really great weather. I stayed in a pretty cool hotel. It was, I've actually been to to that same island a number of times before. I think this is like the 4th time to my recollection at least. May have been there before, but I can't remember. Yeah, I've went on a lot of holidays when I was smaller, well, younger I should say, but I don't really remember all of them. And yeah, in the past couple of years we haven't gone on vacation as much, but yeah, when we did go it was basically to the same destination. So yeah, I've been to like 3 different hotels there and they were all pretty good. But yeah, I'd say this one is definitely not the worst. There was this one hotel which we went to twice actually, and it was good. Yeah, they were all good hotels, don't get me wrong. We didn't really go to any bad ones. But yeah, that would be probably the worst one. I mean, it was nice, but I don't know, it lacked something. I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain, but yeah, this was really a really neat hotel. It had a lot of swimming pools, which I actually quite enjoyed, because there was one which was really well heated, and anyone who has ever been in a outside swimming pool knows that if the swimming pool is too freaking cold, it really sucks. But yeah, there was this one swimming pool that was just really warm, and that was pretty awesome. And there were a bunch more, some pretty big ones actually. But yeah, spend most of the day, days I should say, just in the sun. I didn't really get incredibly tanned because I have pretty pale complexion naturally, and we didn't really have any sun this summer yet, so yeah, I didn't really have any whatchamacallit, I didn't really have a solid base. Let me just put it like that. So, but yeah, I do have that taken care of now, I guess. So that's good. Just gonna keep this wall up here. Don't want the cows to escape. But yeah, mostly did a lot of sun tanning. Just laying down by the pool. And actually, you know, there was the dinner, food, should say, not just dinner, but it was pretty good. It's not the best. I think that the hotel I went to last year had better food. There was just, you know, some nights were really good. You know, they had like chicken and stuff like that. But then some other nights they only had stuff that I really didn't like. So yeah, kinda sucks when it's just so well, I guess irregular. Because you know, some nights you're having a really nice meal, and then the next night you may as well just get a plate of fries, because you know there's not really anything good on the menu. So yeah, I guess that could have been better, but don't really have any other major complaints about the place. It was really nice. It was actually I always like going to hotels because you know, from an architectural standpoint. I mean, not like I'm an architect or anything, or even aspiring to be one, but you know, you play Minecraft, you like building stuff, and you know, these are the sort of things that you really start paying attention to eventually. And hotels usually have some pretty nice design work put into them. And, you know, that's actually a reason that I like going to these big fancy hotels. Resorts, or whatever you want to call it. It's the same thing to me. That actually didn't take quite as long as the last one. I guess this house was bigger. That used to be here. It's our tower now. Yeah. But yeah. It only took me like 6 minutes. Well, may as well get these cows out of here. But yeah, they always give me some pretty good ideas on stuff to build, and this particular hotel had a lot of high ceilings and archways, and I really like that because when I build stuff in Minecraft, I tend to build quite low. So, you know, seeing stuff what are you doing there? Seeing stuff like that where they have really high ceilings and it looks good, you know, that's inspiring to me. It gives me some ideas on what to build, perhaps, and stuff like that. So yeah, that's something that I like to see, and that's something that you really start to appreciate things more when you actively when you are engaged with them, because you know, basically stuff like back a pretty long time ago, I actually also tried to do some mapping for a shooter, you know, creating custom maps. I think that's basically where it really started, that I started looking at some stuff, like figuring out why does it look like that, and is it practical, and does it look good, you know, stuff like that. When you're just you know, when you want to make something yourself, you try to look for inspiration in lots, you know, you try to gather inspiration from lots of different sources. So stuff like this, when you're in a foreign country, you know, there's different architectural styles altogether, because you know, a lot of the homes in countries like Spain, it's like they have these. I saw this on the way from the airport to the resort, but yeah, the houses there are usually really colorful. I think I have guys over here actually. They're really colorful. They have like these smooth walls with lots of different colors. You know, if you have like you're driving past a town or something like that, they usually have lots of different colors of housing, and they're usually quite boxy, but with smooth walls. And you know, it's entirely different than over here, when we basically have these you know, where I live, it's usually a bit more traditional style of building, I guess. Well, I guess traditional is not really the right word, because I bet houses have been like that in Spain for a long time as well, but it's just a really different style, you know, like you have in in America, houses tend to be made out of light materials, you know, due to earthquakes and stuff like that, and that actually causes trouble with stuff like tornadoes, but whatever. You know, they really try to build houses to suit the lay of the land, I guess. But yeah, you know, it's pretty inspiring. Whilst here we just have mostly brick houses, so you know, it's different, and stuff like that I find pretty cool, because you know, this house I built over here, it was basically I'd actually built something similar to this before. I just wanted to get something out of the ground real quick, I guess. It's basically sort of a it's supposed to be a bit of a medieval style Tudor house or something like that. I don't know, I'm not really well versed. What I just said could have just made no sense at all. But whatever, that's what I was kinda going with. I actually had a project on back when I was playing on a server where me and a friend of mine were building a medieval castle, and we had lots of houses that were similar to this, but you know, they had some more design to them. This house was basically just, you know, to get a house that's functional, and this should not connect. Freaking big trees. But yeah, so I guess this house is kind of reminiscent of that. It's a real shame that that server no longer exists. I may actually... oh yeah, I remember now. We worked on that for a long time, and a friend of mine also, he was basically building a big dungeon with lots of redstone puzzles and stuff like that. Which I also, well, I mainly helped him. I didn't help him a whole lot, I just gave him some pointers on the redstone stuff. It was his project, I'm not going to take any credit for it. But yeah, it was really big, a huge project, and then the server owner at the time, he didn't really have any anti-griefing countermeasures in place. He only had a backup system. So what happened is the server got griefed, and instead of fixing the grief, or, you know, just dealing with it, he decided to revert the entire server map to a pretty old version, because he apparently didn't have any more recent backups, and that really sucked, because it meant a lot of people lost their work. There were actually several friends of mine that were playing on that server, and we were all like, yeah, what the fuck? You know, some of us really spent hours building stuff, like me and my friend. A lot of the medieval castle stuff got removed as well, and you know, that, yeah, just really a buzzkill. That's all I can say about it. So yeah, a lot of that project got wiped. I think my friend's entire temple got wiped, and it just sucked, and we didn't play on that server again. It died out later. It was actually used to play on a classic server, Minecraft Classic, for those of you who don't know, which I can imagine some people who don't. Basically, back in the day, you had two versions of Minecraft. The free version, which you can still play today, is Minecraft Classic, which is basically just it was the first incarnation of creative mode, which is also how the game started out. It was just creative mode, and then survival mode came on later. But yeah, it was basically version 0.30 of the game, I think, which is a really early version, but that's what creative mode is, and it can still be played. There's still lots of servers for it. But yeah, it had the basic building blocks, and you could just build with those. But yeah, we were playing on a classic server, as I was saying. And yeah, lots of guys on there. It was a really nice server. Well, not really lots of guys. I think it was it wasn't a private server per se. You could just join if you wanted to. But it kept really high standards in regards to its builds and its builders. So it was a really nice community, because basically everyone who was there really liked building stuff, and all the things that we made were of high quality. So yeah, eventually they decided to also make a survival server, and this is the server I was just talking about. But the server switched owners somewhere along the way. I don't really exactly remember what happened. But yeah, the survival server disappeared for a while after this, and then it came back. And that's when we built all this crap that I just talked about. And then the new owner kind of just, yeah, like I said, he goofed. He done goofed. Didn't have any griefing countermeasures, and well, shit sucked, basically. I'm not really gonna say anything more about that, I guess. And that was my cell phone. Don't know if you could hear that. I'll check that later. I have it on vibrate, but it's on my desk, so you may have been able to hear that. And if you haven't, then you're probably wondering what the hell. But that's okay. I don't mind. Yeah, I'm really just being kind of clueless here. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do, because I want this place to be reasonably big, but I don't really have a lot of space over there. So I'm thinking I'm going to do a bit of terraforming, so to speak. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna do that. I was also thinking about the, I wanted to find a hill to build the other base on, and I think I'm just gonna do some cave exploring sometime. I may do that on camera, I may not, I'm not exactly sure. But, you know, I'm gonna do some cave exploring and try to find some mob spawners. Preferably cave spider spawners, and then I'm gonna see from over there if it's in a suitable biome, because I decided that the kind of landscape that I'm looking for is gonna be really rare to just find that laying around, basically. So I'm probably gonna have to build it myself using dirt, which is okay, I guess. It's just gonna be a lot of busy work, but you know, it shouldn't be too bad. So I think I'm just gonna, whoops, yeah, I'm just gonna find a spot that has the stuff that I want, such as spider spawners, and then I'm just gonna build it on that location. Cause, you know, like I said before, I want to do quite a lot of stuff. I want to build a big mob grinder for one sometime, and I also want to, you know, build a pretty big house. Maybe more of a less of a house, more of a like a base. You know, a decently big complex or building or whatever you want to call it. I think we're gonna. Yeah, this is probably gonna be like flooring of sorts, so wanna keep it on this height. So yeah, I decided I will stop looking actively for that kind of landscape, because I explored the entire map. We did most of that last episode, but yeah, as you can see, there's not really a lot of interesting stuff. There's a couple of lava pools on there, but it's mostly just snow and, you know, landscapes with a lot of water, and that's not really anything I can work with. And I don't know, I'm not really a big fan of going on huge exploration trips in Minecraft, because stuff like that, it's pretty easy to lose your bearings, and especially, you know, you could do it, I guess, if you do it right from the get-go, you know, if you decide that first I'm going to look for a suitable location and then I'm going to build stuff. But that's not something that I like doing. I usually prefer just getting started and working with whatever's around me when I spawn in a world, which is basically what I did over here. I mean, I spawned like over there in the forest, so yeah, that's usually how I tend to play Minecraft. Oops, that's the wrong one. Derp derp. So yeah, you know, I guess that's not a bad thing, though, having to work a bit more to create a landscape that we would want, that I would want. May not be the smartest thing to fill this in entirely, and I know I'm not gonna have enough dirt for it, but oops. That can stay. How big do I want this to be? It can't really be over here because we have the crops over here, so I'm thinking I'm not gonna make it too big, because that would just be a lot of work and I don't really have the materials for it right now. Yeah, I'm thinking the big projects, like really big, are gonna have to wait until I start setting up the second base, which is actually something I kind of just, my channel's still starting out, and seeing as I don't really have any big projects yet, I don't really have much trouble putting out one episode a day. But eventually, especially once the holidays are over, then I'll have to go to university again. It's going to be a lot harder for me to create one episode a day, and also if I'm going to be making bigger stuff, bigger projects, it's basically going to be impossible. So I think I'm either gonna, when that happens, I'm either gonna make sure that either episodes are longer or they have more interesting content. And I'm probably gonna do more stuff with redstone too, because those videos, once you've actually built the redstone contraption that you want to show or make a tutorial out of, it's not that bad to do that. And people seem to like those. My top 3 videos at the moment are all 3 of my redstone videos, but I guess I did advertise them a bit more. Made some posts on Reddit for those. Didn't really do that for this Let's Play. I don't really see why you would... I don't really want to advertise my Let's Play too much, because it's not really... I mean, I guess I should, if I want to get a good viewership. But, there's so many Let's Plays and Let's Players out there at the moment. It's basically oversaturation. Like I said before, this YouTube channel stuff, at the moment, it's just busy work. To do something in the holiday, I guess. That ought to be big, and I may actually expand more this way so we can make it a bit bigger. Is that all my dirt? Because that's going to be a problem. I think it is. I do not usually have this problem. Not enough dirt. But yeah, eventually it's going to be impossible for me to continue putting out one episode a day, at least with this series, because this is going to get, eventually, it's going to get more and more demanding to create episodes. But I may in the future be doing stuff like playing adventure maps, and that would be pretty easy to put out one episode a day, because, you set a couple of hours aside, like in a weekend with a friend, to do these maps, and then you can get, like, easily episodes for an entire week in a single sitting. If you have, like, 20-minute episodes, so for 7 episodes, that would be 140 minutes. That's only slightly more than 2 hours of gameplay, 2 hours and 20 minutes. So that would be pretty easy to do, and I may do that if I can find a person to do that with. I may, single-player adventure maps aren't really that interesting, I think. Although the standard, like, puzzle maps are also a dime a dozen, I guess. So, I don't know about that yet, but, yeah, that's something to consider for the future, and I'm gonna have to get some more dirt. somewhere. Well, I guess I don't have to do that right now. I could just plan this building out of it. Let me get some... should probably make it a bit off the path as well, just like this thing. This house was like right over here, the wall started like here. That doesn't really look too good. Not in this setting anyway, because it's... Ugh. Pardon me. It's just a... yeah, 3 buildings. And probably gonna be over here. That'll work. Yeah, let's see, how big do we want this to be? I'm thinking it's mostly gonna be cows in there. I don't think I'm gonna create a sheep farm at this base, because that's really... I may want to migrate those chickens, actually. That's gonna be really tough, though. No, actually, that won't be that bad. I can just get lots of eggs, and then eventually I'll just be able to kill all of these chickens and use all of these eggs to get more in the new farm. Yeah, it's not very nice, but, you know, we're killing cows for food as well, so whatever. You! Stop glitching! Good enough. No, that's a chest. I want steak. Yeah, it's steak. Kind of funny how you just slice up a cow and you get steak. If only it were that easy. I'm not actually sure on how meat exactly works. I mean, I know there's like different parts of animals make for different kinds of meat. That's basic meat logic there. I know. Okay, so this is gonna be somewhat of a barn. I also want this to be my storage home, so, well, I shouldn't say home, just my storage. So yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna make, like, compartments which each hold about 4 cows. Like, 4 cows when I don't have any harvest, then I can just feed the 4 cows in each compartment, so I get 2 new cows, which I can then slaughter at a later time in order to get cow hides and beef. Or steak. I guess is it called beef when it's raw? I'm not even sure. So yeah, that'll be like compartments of 4 cows. I'm thinking 20, so that would actually only be 5 of those. That's not a whole lot. Although I guess they wouldn't be very small, but 5's kind of an odd number. It is an odd number, but it's also a number that I can't really work with because I want this thing to be symmetrical. Yeah, I previously had like 2 pens of 10 cows each, I think. No, wait, that was 20. Was it? Oh, I can't even remember. I'll have to check. If it was 20, then that means I can have 10 compartments. No, I think it was 10, yeah. I guess I could double the amount of cows, but that would make the entire thing really big and really noisy. Because basically each cow is gonna need at least 1 square meter, or 1 block to stand on. They are bigger than that, but you know, they can make do. So to have 6 cows would probably be at least a 2x3 pen. Probably gonna be 3x3 or 2x4. 3x3 seems more practical, but that does become a bit too big in order to be able to collect the meat very easily. I'm gonna have to think about that for a bit for next episode. And I realized that I really didn't talk a whole lot about my vacation. Yeah, short summary. Spent a lot of time in the sun. It was nice. We had good weather. The pool was awesome. Didn't really do much else actually. I guess I kind of went shopping, but yeah, I'm not really much for shopping, so it's not really worth noting. Yeah, I guess what I've been trying to say is that I did have a nice vacation. I would recommend it. So yeah, we didn't really get a whole lot done today, but you know, we laid some groundwork. We got that bit there terraformed, I guess you could say. Skeleton, I see you. Yeah, I'm gonna figure out what I want to do with the cows and stuff like that. And if I want sheep to be in the entire thing, I may just take a look at what I can do with the amount of space that I have available. And then, yeah, I guess I'll see you guys next episode. So have a nice day, and I'll see you guys then.